So I came across this case a couple of days ago, and it really caught me off guard because this man, I'm going to break down everything. This man told a forensic biologist who was searching the woods around his cabin that he particularly enjoyed the dismemberment scenes in Dexter, the TV show Dexter, about a serial killer who dismembers people. He said that to a forensic biologist who was there searching for body parts. His name is James Desborough, and by the end of this video, you are going to fully understand why I think of him as the real-life Dexter. So, James Desborough is 40 years old and lives in Cornwall, England. He was a former builder, and at some point, he ends up living in a homeless shelter called Sandy Lodge in Newquay. I'm guessing he probably went bankrupt or something. And this is where he meets his victims. The first one is Claudio Aquilino, who was 57 years old. Claudio was a friendly man, a talented artist, and he called his mother every single day without a fail. And James's other victim is Daniel Coleman, who was 43 years old. His brother later described them in court as his big brother, so it was basically mommy's first child. Both Claudio and Daniel are homeless, both of them vulnerable. Both of them trusted James Desborough as a good friend. However, that trust is exactly what got both of them killed. So let's start with Claudio. You see, the night before he disappeared, Claudio actually called the police. He told them that James wanted him to help with a break-in and that he was acting, and I'm quoting directly, off his head and kamikaze. So James wanted to do some illegal shit. Police were literally warned about this man. The next day, on the 18th of April 2025, Claudio was last seen leaving a pub in Newquay with James. And then his almost daily calls with his mother just suddenly stopped. James's phone was switched off from the 16th of April to the 22nd, 6 days of nothing. And during that same window, transfers started being made from Claudio's bank account into James's own funds. And it was like 6 separate times. So he didn't just kill the man, he is also milking away his money. So diabolical. Yikes. Fortunately though, it was then caught on CCTV using Claudio's bank card to withdraw cash. And then, and this is the part I find a bit weird, on the 24th of June, James took a train from Cornwall all the way to London, Paddington, and he spent 2.5 hours there. A bit strange, innit? But it came back. So here is the cheeky detail. He used Claudio's card on the way there, not on the way back. Basically, he literally traveled to London just to make it look like Claudio have left Cornwall and he was still alive somewhere. Damn, that is pretty clever. What a smart man. Now, on to Daniel Coleman. James murdered Daniel on the 3rd of June 2025, but the build up to it is very disturbing in a very specific way. So, get ready for it. Police found a handwritten note in James's cabin with a list of people he called hostiles. Daniel's name was on it with 3 crosses next to it. 3 crosses. The day he decided to murder Daniel, the two of them had spent the day together in pubs in Falmouth and Truro. I don't know how to pronounce that properly, forgive me. Just a normal day out with your mate, apparently, as the British say. Then James used Daniel's bank card to go shopping, and here is what he bought: a handsaw, a knife, a galvanized bucket, fire lighters, and gloves. Just so you know, this is not a shopping list, this is a plan. After he killed Daniel, he texted someone saying, "The coast is clear and no more aggro." I am guessing that's probably one of his killer buddies, I don't know. He also forged a note in Daniel's handwriting to make it look like Daniel had voluntarily gone off walking, and used Daniel's email to book a coach ticket from Penzance to Exeter to make it look like he had left the area. So just kind of the same plan he used on Claudio, but Not really. Daniel's phone was later found under James's mattress. His bank card and watch were in a metal tin under the cabin's decking. So, bro isn't just a killer, he is also a thief. Or he might have somewhat the same mindset as Dexter. Always gotta keep a trophy. So, how did they catch him? Well, Daniel was reported missing on the 17th of June 2025. Police started looking into it and traced James using Daniel's bank card. He was initially arrested just on suspicion of fraud.
That's all right, mate. We're here because we've got there's an issue ongoing at the minute, and we just need to have a chat.
James, just listen to me for the minute, mate. All right. So the time is 18:06, and you're under arrest on suspicion of fraud.
Do you reckon I can get some clothes? Because I've got no boxer shorts on.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's kind of funny, I don't know why. Then they searched his woodland cabin near Sticker in Cornwall, and what they found, I genuinely don't have words for it. Thousands of bone fragments in a stream, different body parts in shallow graves. They also found Claudio's DNA on an axe that was hanging from a tree. So I'm gonna take a wild guess that he probably struck Claudio down with the axe while he was looking away. As well, there were more than 1,900 burnt bone fragments recovered in total. And inside the cabin, it was essentially full of handwritten notes. There were a part called bug out list, another, as I said earlier, hostile, and there was also a diagram with a killer zone marked on it. And one note that just said, "I know I am a killer." What a declaration. Just one you shouldn't be proud of though. So everything they found in his cabin, he wrote it all by himself. Like, it was just a fact about himself and needed to write down. The police search of those woods took 175 days and 100 officers. They diverted an actual stream to sift through 300 meters of a riverbed looking for bone fragments. They searched for a total of 198,800 hours, almost 200,000 hours, which is just insane and outrageous. Now, here is the part that took all of this from just being bad to absolutely unhinged. While James was in prison on remand and was already charged with Daniel's murder, they put him in a cell with a 65-year-old man named Stephen Kempster. Stephen was older, so of course will be, weaker. And he also unfortunately had a health condition that made him snore very loudly. The night before James did a deed, he told other prisoners that he would kill Stephen if he continued snoring. 3 days into sharing a cell, James perhaps, I'm guessing, got extremely pissed off and strangled Stephen in his sleep, then waited hours before raising the alarm and pretended Stephen had just fallen off the bed. This is just so downright unhinged, because this guy isn't just killing for killing anymore now. It's just killing because he wants to kill, and it doesn't make sense. Even the judge at the sentencing said, and I really need you to hear this, he had the misfortune to be allocated a cell with you, James Desborough. You were younger, more confident and stronger. Your cellmate irritated you so much that you asked to be moved. It is likely that that would have happened if you had been more patient, and it is. You said you would kill him if he snored again. Seemingly, he did, and so you did. He killed a man for snoring. I just can't imagine that. Especially while already in prison, charged with 2 murders. All that just rings in my head up here is he just likes killing, and that is just scary as fuck. At sentencing, the judge described James as a highly dangerous individual who had no regard for the life of those he thinks are worthless. So he was granted and graciously given 2 whole life sentences for Claudio and Daniel's murder, meaning no chance of parole ever, plus an additional life sentences for Stephen with a minimum of 18 years. So this absolute gollum is gonna be rotting in jail. But here is another thing. Police are now reviewing 4 other unexplained deaths at the Sandy Lodge homeless shelter where James used to live. It was 2 men and 2 women who mysteriously died. They are saying he is not a suspect at this time and they don't actually currently believe there is a link, but they are reviewing it, which is very reassuring or not reassuring at all, depending on how you look at it. But I'm gonna take a wild guess here. He killed them too. And I'm not saying that for sure, but that is just my little detective instinct right there. Anyways, Claudio called his mom every single day until it didn't. Daniel's mom also lost her firstborn and now she has to deal with the pain of him being taken away from her. And Stephen Kempstar just had the bad luck of being put in the wrong cell. 3 men, all of them vulnerable in different ways. All of them killed by the same person who apparently found the whole thing interesting enough to compare it to his favorite TV show, Dexter. I really don't know what else to say about this. I'm just gonna leave it there. It is just sad, honestly. I hope well for the families in loss and grief.